Hi everyone, welcome to 150 hours of chess. Today is day 39. My computer was not working, so I have to restart. Um, yeah, so this is the last game from Tuesday, and I was really struggling. So I'm curious to see what, like, curious to review the game and see what's happening. In this game, I was planning to do linear system, which is queen's pawn opening and then bishop, pawn push, and that is the mostly first three moves. And my opponent usually do queen's pawn opening and knight. However, they push the g6 pawn, prepare to attack the center with their dark square bishop on the long diagonal. So this move is preparing for this move, from what I understand. Um, Also develop the bishop, control the center, but they didn't do this immediately. They pushed this pawn, control the e5 square. Also open up for this bishop. I push the pawn, open up space for my light square bishop. They push the pawn, controlling the square. I am bringing the bishop into the center. They finally bring the dark square bishop out onto the long diagonal and then attacking here. So why do they do that though? Like, what does it give them? If my default pawn always be there, then their dark square bishop is just blocked. Like, my square control the space, so they only can only go to f6 or h6. They bring the knight out, prepare for castling. Pawn push, control the g4 square. Castling. Um, develop the knight, also prepare for castle. They push the pawn here. See, I don't understand this move. Like, why? Is that for preparing for this move? I bring the knight out. Okay, I guess that development is for developing the light square bishop. I push the pawn to challenge their pawn. I remember it is said that the like edge file is better open, like open would be benefit the rook. So I did that. Instead of taking me, they pushed the pawn, supported by the knight and the pawn, and they challenge. So I challenged them there, and they ignore it and challenge my center. take c7 is a miss. You miss an opportunity to capture a pawn and win material after follow-up trades. So instead of doing that, because I guess I was worried about they would take me there, or they would take me there, and then this pawn would be dangerous. Well, I guess I can do this, because that would be, yeah, connected. So they suggest instead of respond to their threat, I should directly take it. I capture a pawn, winning material after all the trades. Okay, so far we didn't lost anything on the board. And then I take pawn here. They take my pawn. That's equal, or at least this is what they suggest. That's equal. I would either have to directly take their rock, or is there anything else I can do to win their material? I guess I can take this pawn here. Nothing is protecting it. If they take my rock, I can take it with the queen. So at least in this case, I am winning a pawn. They suggest queen drop. So now they connect their rock and also attacking my bishop. I can drop back to somewhere. I can just ignore it. Maybe push this pawn up, but they can directly take it here. Does it actually benefit me? I feel like drop back is a bit too passive, and on top of it, queen could directly take here, and then that would win back my piece. So dropping back is not as ideal. Other things I can do is either use the queen to protect, or push the pawn to protect. And if they do that pawn push, and maybe I can use the knight to take, or use the pawn to take. Okay, that's good. They suggest they should take my rock. I would take it back. And that's the first, like, so far I've win an extra pawn compared to my opponent with this move. That's why they suggested. And then they developed the knight. I took it. Yeah, that's a blunder. That's probably how you can't see it. The advantage here just like significantly dropped. I was a bit worried about that. I did bad in the opening, but apparently we are still equal, sort of equal until the move 11. And then after here, it just continue. I remember I was a bit giving up at this point, so it wasn't doing too much, so it was bad. Okay, this opening, I guess I could still just like play how it is. And yeah, they already control that space, so it's not like I could move my bishop there. But if they don't develop the bishop, I guess I could once they're doing this step, I can move my bishop there, if that is controlled by me, just to win the rook. Okay, cool. I might just only do the chess.com 3 puzzles and then move on to games, rather than like spending half an hour doing puzzle today. I don't understand. Like, why do they trace back? Like, why don't they just do this? Like, rock take queen. Obviously, I'm gonna take it with the other rock. And then they trade a rock for a queen. And, well, my rock is control the open file in the center. But, I mean, queen could easily go there without any issue. Or even here. And attacking here. So I don't quite understand that move. Hi, how are you doing? Yeah, I wonder if they just if they just move it so that they do the puzzle, because like I feel like no one would do that move. Um, so in this move, what am I gonna do? They drop the rock, which I disagree. Um, block the queen. Queen could come out. Bishop was blocked after that move as well, surprisingly. Light square bishop haven't developed yet, but obviously they could go there, protected by the knight, and give king a check. My queen is under attack. I mean, knight could go there as well. Rook undeveloped. Dark square bishop control these diagonal. Light square bishop control these diagonal. Queen here on an open file under the attack of the rook. One thing I can see is queen go there check. They would either move, or they would either I think this is the only thing they can do to stop it. Ah, no, also rock there. I have a rock here and develop a rock here. Is there anything I can develop checkmate or win any piece or do something? If not, I would have to move my queen out of attack. I can see bishop there would attack the knight, but also it would be pinned to my queen. So maybe not as nice. I can see that would be a check, but that the rock could just take. Yeah, one thing I do see is just this move, attack the king. Depends on which move that they do. Oh, if they move the rock, I can take it with the bishop here. So they will move the king. If they move the king, I can move my light square bishop, skewer the queen. Yeah, that sounds doable. White took the pawn here. Next move would be something that have the idea of check. Probably here. Yeah, queen would probably go here and then drop to there. So they are fairly close to checkmate. But also they control the square that my queen could go for the checkmate. And then I can see this move, which is rock to the back file, check the king move. Or, you know, if they want to drop the queen here, I'll just take the queen. After king drop, queen take this pawn. That would be checkmate. Rock here, aiming to take my unprotected pawn and then just start to chip away my pawn. I feel like my king is controlling the space. Wait, I could just drop the rock here and that would be checkmate because king can't go that way. Cool, I'm gonna jump into the game. Am I still happy with this time, or do I want to go back to 1510? Maybe I'll go back to 1510. Okay, knight out. That's common. I'll do the usual move. Pawn push, blocking this way, but unleashing dark square bishop. I am not too worried, so I guess my next step, maybe knight out, maybe bishop out. I'll get knight out first. I mean, if they want to do this, I'm happy to push the pawn here. They have another other knight out control the same space that my knight control, so that should be fine. Oh, actually, now the knight out and the dark square bishop combo have to control the space. they challenge me, I'll let them take it with the pawn here. So move my bishop to a more active square. Next step, I'll probably castling first, seeing that it's an open file. It's a bit dangerous to let the king stand in the open file. I mean, this is protected by the knight. This is not very protected. But currently it's still sort of fine in my opinion. This is protected by the pawn here. I could jump the knight to either way. I could push the pawn. I could move the rook. I don't have a really good idea about what exactly to do, but these are protected. Rook undeveloped. This rook is putting in the center. I feel like they might thinking about this move now. I am wondering, should I put my knight there? If they take, I take it with a pawn, coming with a attack to the knight. Yeah, I feel like I like it. And then I'll push my, put my rook onto the open file. Because in this case, how could I not see that? Okay. Okay. Well, at least the good thing is that everything is protected. I can move my knight to there. However, if they start to push the pawn here, the knight will be under attack. Knight would have to move again. I mean, yes, I can jump to there, but then there will be a pawn here that's in a slightly annoying square. I can also move my knight there, but there aren't many space that it could go. And also queen would be nice going there, because all the square here are controlled by my opponent's knight now. This knight is hanging though. It's a bit weak here, because pawn supporting the knight, but pawn is not very protected. Okay, they push the pawn here. I think they're thinking about letting the queen out, protecting the knight here. What am I thinking? I'm actually thinking about getting my knight there to control that space, but they could easily push the pawn here to attack my knight. And then maybe here would be a good space. Not sure. Not sure. I mean, queen here could be good. After queen move, I can do this. Attack the queen, protect the pawn here. And then queen would have to move again. Okay. Knight move, attacking my pawn here. Queen protecting it, and also if they do that, I can take it and attack the knight here. So that would be fine. Another thing might be on their mind would be queen could come out. Probably come out to here, also attacking here. So I would like to have something attacking there, or like controlling that space. But also, after they move the knight, here would be a bit weak as well. So what can I do? I can push this pawn up, but then this square would be weak for them to fork me, so no. Should probably control that square. Is there anything I can do? Let me think. If I do this, sacrifice my bishop, king would have to take or have to move. Take would be better. And then I can take the knight here, protecting my pawn here. And then if they get the queen out to here, well, at least that would be, well, at least this would be an equal trade-ish. And then we can think about it. I've just realized this could be a nice move. Also, if they do develop their queen here, I guess I can move my knight back, protecting the pawn there. But other than that, I can take this pawn here. Like no matter what, it's probably sort of nice. And then jump back here, give king a check. Supported by my pawn. But I guess they can push the pawn here. And then if I take it, or they take me, then knight will be hanging. Okay. They are aiming for a queen trade. I don't actually like it, honestly. I take, they take, rock on an open file. So no, I'm not doing that. I could drop my queen back and then protect the pawn here, or I could just drop one and then attack the king. Well, they might push the pawn. That would actually be worse for me. So yeah, probably just drop the queen. Yeah. They're likely to take this pawn, fine, because that would give my rook an open file to work with. And also, like, these are protected by my queen. Rook are connected, and pawn here is protected by my rook. so queen can't do anything here. So it should be fine. With the knight there, is there anything I can do? I mean, like I said previously, I can take this pawn, and this pawn will be isolated, and it will be more awkward. Yeah, that should be good. And then I can get my knight back as well. Or, you know, I can get my knight there. So I have a trait for a bishop. Can I get my knight there? That would be really nice. I mean, here could be nice. It's not easy because I have to go there and then go there and then come back. And that would be forking the king and the rook. So no, that's not that easy. Okay, now they attacking my home. If I if they take the pawn, I can't take it back. Like I said, knight could come here, protecting there. So I like it, and that doesn't actually do much bad thing. I mean, yes, queen can go there, but pawn would just directly take. Here also is not doable because pawn could also directly take. But yes, I probably just lost the chance to take the bishop there. There is not actually any safe square for my knight to go. But I mean, I guess once I do that, oh no, I can't go there. I wonder, should I push the pawn here to poke the knight? Yeah, I could imagine that would be the move that makes the most sense. Good thing is also it's not that easy for the queen to check to take my knight. So I guess that's fine. What else can I do? I feel like I could attack the knight there. These are controlled by my knight, so knight would have to go there, and then my knight still can't come back. Maybe I can just keep pushing it, and then knight can't go there, but knight could come back here. this will be sort of open for me after all of that. My rock is not very active at the moment, so it would be nice to bring them into the game. Here is controlled, push the pawn up, but here is not, and here is not. I think I'm gonna do this. To come back here, here is protected by my knight, so as long as the knight don't move, that should be fine. I guess maybe it's time for me to include the queen into the game. And though I have to be aware, if I move my queen away, then this pawn will be hanging, and then my knight will also be hanging. So I guess move the rook, protect the knight before I move the queen. And also, so now these two pawns are protected by my queen. Maybe I can that would just be basically a trade. Yeah, rock will be included in the game. And then if it goes to there, that would be awkward. What can I do? If they go to there, everywhere my knight could go are either controlled by the pawn or by the knight or by the rook. If the queen go there, at least knight could go there. So that should be fine. They are thinking about trading again, which I don't want to. Look at other things that they're threatening. Nothing here, nothing here. I mean, pawn here is definitely one. But if they take, I take, they take, king take. So at least they would have to bring the other rock into the game if they want to do that. And in that case, so if queen move, and then they doing rock, that would be really awkward for me. So I think queen trade here would probably be the best. Yes, they can do this. I'm happy to just move my knight, move my rock there. I like the rock move here and then attack the bishop there. Is there anything I can do? I mean, I can do this. Not worth it. If I want to save my rock, I mean, coming to here could be a solution. So it's not easy for them to do that. And then I can take the pawn here. Or coming to here could also be a solution. Taking the pawn here will drop him to attack the king. Yeah, I like this. But they protect him here. But I guess it doesn't matter because I could just drop to attack the king. And then king would have to move this way because here is controlled by my rock and then here is controlled by my knight. They thinking about attacking my pawn. But well, I guess I lost my pawn. After rock here, can I win something? I mean, only if my knight can go there, that will be attacked. After that move, yep. Rock drop, attack the king. Knight take here, and then if they take me back, take it with a rock. And then I will be slightly more in advantage. And if they don't, I'll push pawn here. Okay. I can push pawn here. And then if they want to push it here, this would always be nice. They take, I include my rock into the game. And then maybe do something else. If I move my knight, rock take, I can take the rock here. and then I'll still be 2 pieces up. And then if they take the pawn here, I can take it. Otherwise, if they take the pawn here, like after this move, I can just get my rook out of the danger. Yeah, I'll definitely take this. Okay, they decided to keep going. I'm controlling these two space, so if they push it here, that should be fine. I think maybe I should try to push this pawn, or this pawn, or maybe even push this pawn, and then start to get my king involved. I guess I can't. Well, at least I can do this. If I do this, well, I can directly take, just realized. Sounds about right. Might just go there. King can go there, and then that would be a rock trade. And then I can just move my king to here and then push this pawn. And then also move to there and then push this pawn. Yeah, that doesn't change because if they take, I'll take. Guess I'll take this. I mean, yeah, I'll face the situation of this. But knight can drop back and then protecting there again. So now it's time to take it here, challenge the rock. I can just check the king. Yes, they can take it here. But it'll be fine. Can take the pawn here. So now king is completely locked. I control here, king control here, like pawn control here, king control here. If I can get my rook into this file, then that will be a checkmate. Are they thinking about this? So let's say, yeah, king would have to drop. If I'm doing this, and let's say they do this, I can move. And then they don't have an immediate follow-up. But I guess king can go there, and then rook here wouldn't be that helpful, because king had escape square in that case. Is that easy for me to, well, I will do that and see how it goes. Okay, I guess now I don't have a way. I feel like they might be aiming for this move. If they are, I can drop my, if I drop my knight back, this pawn will be hanging. But I guess they're aiming for this move. Okay. They're thinking about here. If I'm doing this, and then, so if I do this, and then they do this, they can't take it. So I have time to push it here. And if they do this, I can just get my rook to here. And then if the rook take pawn, my rook take pawn, they will be in a worse position. Fine, that's better. It's not very easy. But I guess I can check the king. What can I get? They can't go there. They can't go there. Yeah, they might go there. In that case, I can force trading the rock here. Okay, now it should be easier for me. Okay, when they come to here, I'll drop 2, so. Okay, these are controlled by my king. Here is controlled by my knight. And then if my queen goes to there, queen will be controlled this way. King only have one place to go. Queen can take the pawn here. Yep. Knight will probably be faster. Oh! I should have think slightly more before that move. Oh, fourth roll. I try so hard. I try so hard. Only get a draw. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. It is so annoying. Okay. Now I go there. That's blocking the only escape square king could go. So I really, really should just use the king. And then, I mean, they could go there. And then, but here will be controlled by my king. So when my queen moved to there, their king would have to drop back. And then my king could drop one step further. And then the king move, and then I drop my queen. I'll move 38. I can play rook takes e2. Rook takes e2. But they could just directly take my knight, and then we'll be equal. My knight was hanging from the pawn. Rook was on e8. Like here. Okay. Oh, true. If I take it here, if they take me here, I can take them the rock. If they take the rock here, knight can jump back to take. Good point. Very good point. I was still so sad that I got a draw by the end. Should have been better. Okay, I guess another game. Do you know how to mate with the queen? The technique. Sorry, I start a game before that. Okay, they take, I take, and then queen move. I probably no. I think I can sort of manage with king and queen. But not in a very clear way. I sort of feel like I need to put two king face to face on the same file, and then because of that, like use the king and the queen, push the opponent king to the to the edge, and then just use the king to check. So I sort of can think of the idea of it. With the Scandinavian mainline here, that I think it's probably not that far. Bishop to there, and then knight, and then probably with the knight out, control the center, the other knight control the center, I control it here, not as many things I can do. They push the pawn here. With the bishop and knight combo here, I should probably do this. Also, with that move, maybe I should also do that as well. That's also slightly open the queen. But yeah, I'll do this first. Yeah, bishop out, attacking those squares. Not too worrying, because I originally just planned to do this move. And then push the... They developed the dark square bishop here. I think they might aim for something. Well, the problem of that is that this is probably the only square knight could go by, and all the other places that they can go, I can see they might aim to move the knight and then discover on me. But also, I feel like I'm actually thinking about moving my queen there, because this bishop is hanging. This bishop is hanging. I mean, but they could also just, if I move to there, they could just push the pawn up, and then their knight already have a defender here, so not anything I can do. Well, I will get my queen to somewhere. Or maybe I can just push the pawn here and drop the queen completely back. If that do happen. So what's happening exactly? I'll do the pawn push here so that I can drop back, but also I would like to review this option. Like, can I do that? Okay, so now get the bishop out. I have to be aware this bishop is hanging. Other than that, maybe I should try this. Well, if I play it normal, probably not out there. Or this knight out first, and then I can castle. The rock in the center is more of a safe move rather than actually attacking. They do have that, but I've also have these. So yeah, it should be fine. No, they're lining up here. Was also lining up on that side. I mean, definitely castling. And later on, with my queen drop back, that would protecting those space. So that should be fine. Okay. Knight here. Attacking. So first thing first, that's a discover. With where I can go, probably drop back would be the best idea. Um, and yes, they can take, but that would mostly be a trade. So should be fine. And after trading the knight with my knight or my bishop, yeah, this pawn is protected by the knight. I was thinking that maybe I can take it there, but I guess I can't. Okay, pawn push. That's supporting. But also like one attacker, I could push this up. And if they take, I take with attacking here. But now I am attacking here. This protected by the queen. Here is a weak spot. This is protected by the queen. Protected by the queen. Queen and rock. So I feel like only if I can take it here, otherwise it's pointless. Maybe I can involve the rock into the game. I could either do this or start to jump my knight and then do this. Yeah, I'll do this first. Here have too many attacker. Here have one less. With this, what exactly are they up to? So with these two space, knight is controlled. With these two space, queen is controlled. So nothing is too worrying for me. What exactly are they up to? Can I do something about it? Guess maybe I can try to attack the bishop there. I wonder if they take it first and then that is take and then their bishop take it there. Well, I guess I can move my rock to this open file, protecting my knight. Okay, they drop back. I'm actually thinking about pushing this and attack it again. Okay, that's fine. Well, this is still protected. I still can't move my knight. I wonder, what can I do? Can I just trade? But then, well, I guess knight here would be blocked. Well, guess I can try to involve my knight. There anything I can do? This would attack the queen. But I mean, here could be nice, and then queen move to there, and then attack the king. But then, that's where bishop. My god. I guess I can get the rock out. I really have got no clue what I can do. Yeah, I'll do this after they take. Yeah, I'll get my queen here. Once they move their queen, it would be nice to go there. Okay, what exactly are they up to? That would be nice. Ideally. Oh, actually, this could be nice. Because after that move, they can't take me because their pawn is pinned to the king, and then nothing else could take me. And then, like, even if they come in, I mean, queen could come in. Queen come in there. I couldn't go in there. That would be awkward. But I guess in that case, I might could drop the bishop back. I feel like that's worth doing. It's a different thing I would think they would do, but makes sense, I guess. So now the king is trapped. Well, in that case, maybe I should. I can always do this. And after that move, this move would definitely be better. But how to remove the rock here control that space? Well, get the knight out first, and then we can talk about it later. Like I said, if I can't go there, maybe there could be something doable. If I take, they take with the bishop. They have one place to go. If I don't take, if they take me here, I mean, I can take back with the pawn there. Yeah. I don't understand why don't they do this? Directly attack my queen. Because now they are sort of blocked. Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely queen here. And then knight. Well, how about I can attack the queen. And or I can move my knight there. Like queen can't take me. That could poke the bishop to drop back though. Yeah, I'll attack the queen. And also move my rook into a more active square. And then we could think about knight move. Oh, in this case, knight move here. Maybe I shouldn't even do that move. Yeah, because I was just thinking, maybe instead of worrying about this move, I could just make my queen go there, because their rook was controlling this file, and after that move, queen can safely go there and go for that move. But unfortunately, I didn't make it. Queen attack my queen. knight is hanging. I mean, at this case, probably use my knight to block. Move my knight into a more safe place. And then maybe I can trade for the rock. Queen can take, and my queen will be safe. This is actually a really bad move. Because now bishop lost the situation of going there to win. And I could do this. If they take, they are free to take. I will do this. Though, they might push it up here. Well, and then I can take it. I wonder if they're just gonna leave the time run until the end. I think this is mate in 1. But maybe it is not. The only thing I can see is they do this to stop my queen going to this. But then I can totally take this hanging bishop, give them a check. Yeah. And then this rock is also hanging. I mean, I can also take the rock here. Is there any easier way for me to do? If not, that would be a check, but then they could just go back and forth to force draw. So maybe I'll take the rock here. And then if they want to trade the queen, like they might go there, or they might even go there. No, that would be a down place. They fight for a bit and then give up. Interesting game though. They want to challenge me again. Queen e4 was a nice find, not gonna lie. Take the bishop on e3 immediately. You end up doing that way. Yep. True. True. They want a rematch, but I want to go over the game first. This is a common move. Yep. Around here, the intention was pretty clear to move the knight and then attack my king. I was thinking about queen here. Hanging bishop. And also hanging pawn. I think the move make most sense would be this first. And then that doesn't actually do anything, so I will still... Oh, but now if I develop my dark square bishop, then queen have not enough place to go. But, so let's say they do this. Here is controlled. Here I can't take. Here is controlled. Here is controlled. Here it's protected. Here is controlled. Here is protected. So the only space I can go would be there. Oh no, because knight is controlling there. Okay, in that case, I am glad I didn't do that. But what if instead of that, I just develop my knight? After this move, they do this, and I develop my knight, and then they do this. I guess in that case, at least I can drop back here, but then my bishop will be stuck, and then king can't castle. I mean, king could do long castle, I guess, in this case. But then, if I'm not aware, that could end up in the fork, and then winning my rock. It's also not that ideal. Let's say that I've castled. They could still do this, check me. I take back. I guess that is not as bad. Oh no, my queen was hanged. Okay. Well, in that case, after that, I can't castle. I have to drop back my queen. Well, I guess in this case, they also can't do that. That makes sense. But I guess queen there is not as ideal as what I originally did, which is left escape square. Knight out, queen out, castling, their knight out, discover, so I drop my queen back, knight take, queen take, support the center, move my rook into active square, knight come in, don't exactly know why, start to challenge the bishop. With this move, I was thinking about another move. Let's say knight take pawn. Well, I guess I can take the bishop, and then it will be better for me. But still, instead of that, knight take pawn, I take knight, bishop take pawn, attacking the knight and the rook behind it. I'll probably move my rook onto the open file, and then they take my knight for free. I have to move my rook. So I feel like in this case, it would be better. The difference is, oh, that's different. If the knight take it, I take bishop, they take knight, I take their knight. Okay, that would be benefits me. After their knight take, I take the knight, and then they use the bishop take, and then that would be much more awkward. Yeah, that would be, it would only be winning a pawn here. So I guess their tracing back sort of makes sense. Yeah, I was aiming to do it here. With that move, I feel like their better move was this. Like, oh, well, I guess in that case, I can just directly take and do that. I involve my knight. They did that. I think here, maybe instead of doing that, they should do this. Then it's not as easy for me to go queen there and there. The queen would have to move. Probably move to here. At least I think this would be a more better move compared to what they did. So I develop my knight, they attack my knight, I ignore that and attack the queen. And I feel like I could have just ignored this and then do this. So they would have to, oh, that is not the best. That is not the best. I am so glad I actually think through and didn't directly do that at this time, because the queen here is controlling that space. So if I do queen here, they could just push the pawn here and push my queen out. So yeah, that makes sense. I challenged the queen here, and then queen moved, not controlling that space anymore. So I'm thinking about getting my knight safe first, and then get my queen into the game. They push the pawn, and that's pretty cool. Okay, the technique I was mentioned with the queen. Whenever there's a queen and a king, queen should always be positioned a knight pattern away from the opponent's king. That way, you prevent stalemate, and also it is the fastest way to mate. When queen is already positioned knight pattern away, you move your king instead. That's the technique. Okay, let me actually go back to the game that I did, and to the end. Okay, instead of doing that move, yeah. So in that case, king always have somewhere to go. That's really interesting. Like I only know, I only have a rough idea about how to check, and I have to be very cautious. But it's really nice to hear this technique. So I move the king. Yeah, move the king. King only have one move. My king don't have much place to move. So I guess I think I can move my queen there. Yeah, I can move my queen there. I guess that's also a knight shape. I have the check. I have what check? Here is protected. And I queen can go there. E3 or D3. Let's say I check. King drop back. Oh. But will that be a stalemate? Yes, that will be a stalemate. Oh my god. Force the king to the corner. I can drop the queen again. Just to control all the space. So the king would have to move that way. King have one square to go. King could be included. King have a square. If they go there, queen there, checkmate. But if they don't, if they go this way, that would be checkmate as well. That's useful. That's very useful. So I guess another game. Yeah, I'll play one more game. Okay, I can play Scandinavian. They actually choose to play Scandinavian. And then it will be that development. But part of thinking, seeing that they have the pattern here, should I push the pawn here, stopping the knight there? Well, with that move, I am also wondering. Well, I guess if they actually do this, that is not as bad. Because no matter they go here or here, my queen is controlled. So I guess in this situation, I don't actually worry too much about this square. And in that case, I will just continue my normal development. That's very interesting move. They immediately come here to challenge my Dexter bishop. My original move is still doing this, protect, still fine doing that. If they do include the queen, check, I'll just use my bishop to block. So yeah, it should be fine. Difficult thing would be queen develop first, and then they take. And if I see them trying to check me, I will move my bishop out first. Attack the pawn here. Don't know what they're up to. If they take, I can take it with a queen. Another thing they could be aiming might be here, and then the rock. So I guess develop the knight here could work. This will be annoying though. If that's coming in, drop my knight, attack the queen, and then I could go there. Okay, that did happen. Like, why? What are you up to? What exactly are they up to? I don't have a thing to immediately attack, so they attack my knight. I guess I can develop my bishop to protect. I guess I can move my queen to protect, but I don't like it because that's moving one pieces too much in the opening. And also they can easily push this pawn up to kick my queen to move again. And that will be more awkward. Or I can move my knight. Here we check, but knight could directly take it. Here will be a fork, but also a hanging piece. Queen take it and also give me a check. Take it here. Though this would be a nice move if the queen is not protecting there. Here could be attacking there, but pawn could directly take. Wait, actually, knight move there. If this pawn take, then nothing happened. So I guess so far the best move would probably be here. Because this is... yeah, they're probably just gonna take it. But oh well. Yeah, because knight take here, controlled by their pawn. Knight goes there. Knight could take it for free because queen is also control that space. So yeah, that's actually not many places to go. They bring the knight in. I think now it's probably a perfect time to seeing that they want my knight so much. I'm happily to go for a trade. And then I would say knight go there, protect the pawn here. If they push, I will just get the pawn included. I mean, yeah, they can do this. But at that point, I could also just castling. I would castle as well. But honestly, with that move, can't I just use the bishop? Well, I guess. But if I only have one pawn here, that would be isolated. Okay, now this move is coming. I do have one move to play against though. Let's say if they move it here or here, I can literally just take it. If they come to here, I'm happily take it as well. Well, if they go to there, I guess the difficult would be move my queen. I can just no. Nothing is protecting this bishop. I can just take it back. So no, I don't have to worry about it. Well, in that case, I'll move my rook to the center. Ah, if the knight there, I can't take it back. Oh, but also with the knight there, I can't also take. Because they can directly, actually, if they do this, that's attacking. But also, if I take it here, they down a knight. And then if they don't move the queen, like if they choose to take my queen here, I will take their queen. And I'll be winning a piece in this case. So yes, I don't have to worry about it. Bishop take, pawn take. Also, queen could come here. Well, I guess probably pawn take. So now this is protected. This is protected by the rook. Here is protected by the rook. Here are protected by my king. Here is protected by the knight. Rook is connected. Queen here have somewhere to drop. So that should be fine. Okay, that's fine. But are they not gonna do anything about it? This is so annoying. Um, I guess I could try to trade the queen. Is it worth it? I mean, if they don't want to trade, I can take the pawn here. And there is no other easy way to do that. And then take the knight there. And also queen here also lining up for that. Or maybe I can leave escape square and see what they do. Interesting. I mean, yes, they can move it back. But well, queen and the rook are like queen is protecting the rook is protecting the pawn is supporting the bishop. Here is protected by my king. So everything should be fine. I now have the choice to use my queen here. Pawn is protected by my queen, and then I can do this. Attack the king. And also my queen also have this move. Attack the rook. Yeah, this move would definitely be better because if my queen moved to here, no immediate attack, queen could just take the rook here, and that would be a check. I would have to respond to that. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I can take the bishop here. That's just pull them away, and it's fine. Queen can drop back to take. Well, I guess in that case, that would be a knight versus a rook. No, it won't. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Well, at least the queen move away, so I can take it here. I mean, yes, they can do this. But then I can do that. Are they thinking about this? I mean, I can use my rook to control here. No, I can't do that. Okay, fine, fine. Wait a sec. I think I might start here. No, I can still come back here. So here's controlled by the queen. Here's controlled by the rook. Here's controlled by the queen. Here's controlled by the pawn. Here's controlled by the knight. Pawn is controlled by the knight. Controlled by the rook. So I guess I can do this. Pawn push here could be a solution of 4 if I have enough time. Okay. Knight control there. So queen might go in there. Or other space I can think that might not worth it. Knight could go there, give me a check. And then queen might go. Knight could go there, give me a check. Or going there, give me a check, but I can take it. Queen come in. I'm fine going there, so that should be fine. Dropping my queen to here would attack the knight, and also that won't be controlling that space. I think they're aiming for this. And after I move, maybe they'll take it here. If that is the case, what can I do? Maybe I should just let them do. At least he will be attacking the knight. Definitely feel like they aiming to do that. And then my king have to move. And then the knight could take it there. And then what? That's interesting choice. Okay. I feel like they might attack it here, attacking my rock. Because they won't directly go. This is the only space I can see that would be relatively. I guess I can go here. Where my rock could go? Go here, protecting that. Also attacking the rock here. Queen might drop to here, protecting this space. And also, if they do came to here, I can just take it with a rock. And if they come to here, maybe queen could just drop to here. Yeah, I'll use the queen to protect it there first. Maybe I should just push this pawn. Queen, I can take it. Yep, and then attack my rock. Though I can move my rock away. And if the rock moved to there, that would be awkward. Well, as long as the rock move, maybe. So I guess pawn push. Oh! For God's sake. Hmm. I definitely blunder my rock there. Okay. Well, in that case, maybe I should push this pawn. Because if they take it here, I'll take it there. There aren't many space. Well, I guess queen could drop to there and then attack. But then pawn could take. So I guess king move. Or maybe pawn push. Where should I go? I can go there, though they could just do this. And I guess I can trace back. But I guess they could also do this. No, I can take it. So, yeah, I'll do this first. Doesn't seem that bad. Okay. I'll go there. Oh, are they gonna do this? And then take this? They didn't do that, which is a surprise. I mean, if I do this, rook will be pinned to the queen unless queen move, but queen can do this. And then I'll face the same issue to move the king. And then queen could do that again. Probably not that, like come on again, king move. Now the scapegoat coming in. At that point, at this point, I really don't think there is anything I can do. I think it's fair for me to resign rather than spending more time here. Yeah, I think it's fair. I wonder from which point so far this is equal. They get the queen out fairly fast. I wonder at this point, should I do this? Maybe they'll move the knight. No, they won't. That would actually be a dumb idea. But they could just push it here. Yeah, that would actually be a slightly worse position. At this point, it was equal. And then, it's only because knight have to attack her. I think it's this move. I could have do something else rather than let it stay there. Maybe instead of that move, I should do something like here. Yeah, because even that would probably be better. But I guess that could step in. Okay, anyway, that's it for today. Did as good as I thought I could in the last game. I think this is the losing point. When I blunder my knight, that even though I tried hard, but I couldn't get the advantage back anymore. Like we're like equal. I'm just like losing position. But other than that, it's fine. And at this point, I feel like I might be around 650 for a few more days before I can improve again. And yeah, thank you for supporting and watching, and I'll see you on Friday.